I'm Barry Funkhauser, and this is the Barry Funkhauser Show. Here's what's going on. A former San Diego TV anchor is suing her TV station. A woman was found alive at a funeral home after being pronounced dead. And how to make some money by renting out your pool, car, or driveway. As always, I'm here with my co-host and general know-it-all current events guy, Joe. Joe, you ever been to Five Below, that store, department store?
Five Below?
Yeah, they started popping up. And I went into one yesterday, and I really thought this whole time, it was a store like RCI that had like things that you would need. And
what you keep saying these words and these phrases that I just don't understand.
Is it RCI? What's the winter?
REI?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually a member of REI.
I always thought it was an REI, Five Below, because it would be like gloves and hats and ski equipment. Five Below, anything you'd need in Five Below weather. Do you know what it actually is? Everything in there is $5 or below.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
Years have gone by, Joe. Years going. I'd never. Why is that winter clothing store so big? Who would need so many stores that sell gloves? No, it's actually they sell a lot of candy, it seems, and makeup and stuff like that. It's like a pick and save.
Yeah, it's like the $1.25 store, because it's not the 99-cent store anymore.
Imagine my bewilderment when I walk in the door and I'm like, hold the phone. This isn't. I came in here for skis.
You did not go in there for skis.
Why? Well, expected skis and those things you put on your shoes when you got to walk in the snow, them big old things. Expected.
Literally, you thought Five Below meant that it was like clothing for 5 degrees below zero.
Goggles, maybe a snowblower in there. Maybe I give them a snowblower at Five Below.
Why would you need a snowblower in Camarillo? When was the last time it snowed in Camarillo?
I don't know, but you never know. You always have to be prepared for things. And
no, you don't need to be prepared. That's like, I live in Los Angeles. I'm going to go buy a snowmobile because I just want to be prepared. No, that's dumb, man. Don't waste your money on stuff like that.
I wasn't going to buy one. I was just expecting it to be there.
Oh, expecting it to be there.
Yeah,
sure.
So check it out. When you find a Five Below, don't think like me, and go in there for some candy.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, if they have Sour Patch Kids, I'll be there all the time.
That's what I got. That's all I got there.
Yeah, I'm totally getting that.
This is the best deal I've ever seen on Sour Patch Kids.
Woo-hoo.
All right, let's get into the news today. Now, this is a spicy news day, Joe. A lot of drama going down. We'll start with the former San Diego television anchor, Sandra Maas, or Maas. She's suing local KUSI TV station, saying she was paid far less than her male counterpart. Listen.
Former local anchorwoman Sandra Maas is suing TV station KUSI, saying she was paid far less than her male counterpart. We also want to point out that Maas worked here at CBS 8 from 1990 to 2001 before taking that job at KUSI. Our Kirsten Holmes has more on her fight for equal pay.
I'm relieved this day is finally here. It's scary, stressful. I feel betrayed.
Sandra Maas says today's court date is more than 3 years in the making.
It's humiliating to share everything that happened to me, but I'm hoping to make a difference for other women in the workplace. 3.5 years since I lost my job that I loved and I was devoted to, I devoted my life to, because I was fighting for equal pay.
Maas is suing local station KUSI, saying she didn't get paid anywhere near as much as her now retired longtime co-anchor Alan Ditton. In June of 2019, Maas sued McKinnon Broadcasting Company, saying her ending salary was $90,000 less than Ditton.
This is not something new under the sun. And if you don't use your voice to try to change what's happening when it comes to pay equality, if you're silent, nothing's going to change. Good morning. Good morning. Would you like to have a conversation?
We tried to talk to the attorney representing KUSI, but as you can see, they had no comment. We also reached out to KUSI for their input on this story. So far, they have no comment.
My client's frustrated it's taken so long, but she's anxious to tell her story.
Josh Gruenberg is Maas's attorney. He says Maas's claim is covered under California law.
Sandra was underpaid for doing the same job as her male co-anchor for a number of years. We have an Equal Pay Act in California, and we intend to put some teeth into it.
I'm looking for justice and hope to find it here.
When the suit was filed, Maas asked for $10 million. Jury selection starts Monday.
All right. Well, I've never seen equal pay in the entertainment industry, first off. And second off, this is San Diego, which has a reputation of this kind of behavior. Don't you agree, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think she's got a case?
Oh yeah. Just give this woman the money. I am a big proponent of equal pay. A person's a person, a worker's a worker. If they're going to do a job, pay them. That's
but how long do you wait until you ask for that?
Immediately.
Immediately.
We are in a day and age now where you just have to do that. Like, let me tell you a story. I used to work at a boutique marketing agency, right? They were good people. We worked in the video game industry, but it was early 2000s. Everyone still had this mindset of, a male worker is going to make more than a female worker. It's just, that was just like the norm, and it sucked. So I became a manager, and I was tasked with hiring a few coordinators. We needed some people that could work on video games. And I was a big proponent of trying to hire, where applicable, female community managers, because I felt like I needed help in understanding the voice of female gamers. I'm a dude. I'm a Gen Xer. I needed millennial females to really educate me on how to speak to female gamers in their age group. When I was doing the hiring, I found a great community manager, a great marketing assistant. She was right out of college. She's gone on to do fantastic things. Jen Kai. She was wonderful. But I was given a budget, and they told me to pay her. I fought back. They wanted to pay her $5,000 less than they were going to pay any male. And it wasn't a matter of the owners being necessarily like misogynistic, doing it knowingly. They were just like, oh no, this is the market rate. And I'm like, no, the market rate is this. And I'm going to pay whoever I hire this amount. I'm not going to pay them less just because they're just out of college, or they might be a female. No. You're giving me $35,000. I'm paying whoever I hire $35,000 because it's a job.
Yeah.
And I don't care who they are, where they're from. Are they qualified to do this job? Are they going to work well within the team that I've assembled? Yes. Then they get that salary. That's it. End of story. Done.
I mean,
so
yeah. I mean, all of my bosses, the large majority of my clients in podcast land are female. So, and I don't even think about that angle of it. It's like, well, I'm not aware. I'm not in an environment where that's happening anymore. I used to be back in the day at network radio. You see that a whole lot.
Yeah.
But then you see, it's all swept under the rug, justifiable, because it's like, well, it's entertainment. It's the entertainment industry, so therefore they're paid based on their audience or their appeal, not the.
Oh, right, but that's an excuse.
Yeah,
I'm going to pay you based on your audience. No, that's just an excuse to pay people less. Because it doesn't matter. They'll find some excuse to pay people the least amount that they can. And unfortunately, there just seems to be more excuses that you can make for females in the business world. And it's dumb. And I don't like it. And it'll go a long way to stamping out inequality, if we just make job postings and any kind of work requirements, just make the salary open and available for everybody to see. You know, the whole salary based on experience or things like that, it's all a ruse to try to pay people less. You know, if businesses know how much they can spend on personnel, and if you want to hire I'm just saying like community manager, because that's where I've been for a long time. If you want to hire a community manager and you got $80,000, just pay someone $80,000. Just post it up. I got $80,000 for this position. You know, if that's enough money for you, great. If it's not enough money for you, you're probably going to have to look elsewhere. But let's just be transparent about this so we can become a more equitable society. That's going to help everybody in the long term. Got to stop fighting against one another. It's so dumb.
Well, yeah. Well, it's slowly, the pendulum swings. It's slowly turning and it's becoming equal. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Well, I am hopeful that Sandra gets all of her money because she deserves it. You know, she started out in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, they bounce around, man, town to town, up and down the dial, the anchors.
No, she actually didn't. She went from San Luis Obispo to San Diego.
And stayed
and
there.
She's been in San Diego since 1990. So she's a fixture.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Would you leave? I wouldn't leave either.
What?
Would you leave?
Would I leave San Diego?
If you had her gig?
Oh, if I had her gig, no. Come on, you get to live in a pretty cool beach town, and you get to be a broadcaster. That seems like a pretty solid job to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep an eyeball on this one. All right. Today's show is brought to you by
Wolf Tracks. Unleash the love. Do a good deed for dogs. Walking with the free Wolf Tracks app helps you earn for your favorite animal charity. Download the Wolf Tracks app, start walking your best friend, and unleash the love for all dogs.
All right, more news on the Barry Funkhauser show. Now, Joe, this is, I think, probably most of our biggest nightmares. I don't know if you agree with this, but an 82-year-old woman who was pronounced dead at a nursing home on Long Island, New York, was found breathing at a funeral home hours later.
A routine day at the O.B. Davis Funeral Home took a stunning turn when an 82-year-old woman pronounced dead was found to be alive and breathing.
Cannot even imagine. Awful.
I can imagine the shock for the families and friends to see the person who was actually dead and that's starting to breathe.
According to Suffolk County Police, the woman was at Water's Edge Rehab and Nursing Center in Port Jefferson. Police say she was pronounced dead at 11:15 a.m., transported to the funeral home at 1:30, and was discovered breathing by 2:09 and taken to a nearby hospital.
My sister texted me to send me a thing. I was blown away. Yeah, no, that was pretty scary.
Scott Burkmeyer's mother had been a patient at that rehab center. She was discharged 2 weeks ago. This news hits him different.
I don't know who was running the show, or there's obviously a lot of incompetence there somewhere, at some level.
The nursing home did not return our request for comment. The funeral home, which discovered the woman alive, said in part, "We are not in a position to comment further on this matter."
I have a neighbor who was at that rehab for probably 9 months, and it could have been anybody, could have been my relative. So it's got to be very upsetting.
All right, Joe, speaking of lawsuit, what do you think about this one here?
This is a strange thing because this has been happening for literally centuries. Where people are declared dead, they're buried, and then it's like the hands reaches up out of the ground and it's like zombie-like pulling themselves out of their casket. Why does this keep happening?
Man.
It's pretty, can't you? It's pretty easy to figure out if someone's dead or alive. I mean,
apparently not.
I mean, it's like just hook up a body to an EKG machine, and if there are no electrical pulses coming out of the body, it's dead. If there are, maybe the guy, don't bury them.
Listen, maybe the person who had to declare everyone dead that day had something really important to get to, and just said, okay, let's just call this one and this one and this one and see you later.
Oh, it's trivia night at the bar. I gotta go. Oh, it's 7:00. Oh,
Yeah, man, sorry, I'm late. Just like call them all.
You're dead. Like, no, man. So like back in the day, like I remember, I can't remember what program this was on, but I was fascinated by it as a kid. It might have been like, it's probably That's Incredible. Oh, That's Incredible. Oh man, that was a great show. Okay, so the reason, so back in the day, this is like more common than you think. In like the 1700s, 1800s, it was such a common occurrence that the casket makers actually started putting bells inside the caskets. So just in case they wrongly buried someone, the alive person could ring the bell inside the casket to alert people that they were still alive. Like,
excuse me, ding-a-ling, excuse me. I'm not quite dead.
Did not happen. But this woman is gonna, she's probably gonna win some money. So, yeah, let's not bury alive people anymore, okay?
Yeah. Well, not like she can have fun with any of the money.
Well, yeah, you never know. Maybe.
Triple.
All I know is that we got to be really careful about stuff like this because we live in the day and age of The Last of Us television show, and you know that someone's gonna be alive and buried alive and pull themselves out of their grave, and everyone's gonna think that The Last of Us is starting.
Dude, have you seen that yet? Are you caught up?
No, I told you I don't watch horror. I've been reading a little bit about it online. I know that
it's more drama than horror. It's suspense.
Oh no, I know. It's
I'm not even a gamer, and I'm in. Come on.
Well, you don't need to be a gamer to like this. It's a really good storyline if you like post-apocalyptic stuff. That's not really a favorite genre of mine, so I haven't really gotten into it. I've been reading about it, and I hear
one of these days,
really
Joe,
good, and
you're gonna pop in one of these days. One of these.
No, I probably won't. There's a lot of stuff I actually haven't seen that's like really popular out there.
Okay.
There's a lot of choices. I mean, it's really hard to watch everything that comes out. I don't have that much time in a day.
Read the book.
Read the book. There was no book. It was a video game.
Read the instruction manual.
Read the instruction manual. I know what happens in the game. I've read a lot about it, so I know.
Don't tell me. Don't spoil it.
Coming up. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not a spoiler.
Okay. All right. More news today on the Barry Funkhauser Show. You already own it, so why not make money on it? How about some ways people in Southern California are using their homes to make a little cash on the side? Listen to this.
Nowadays, there seems to be an app for everything, but a few of them are making a splash in your wallet. The Bykov family loves their backyard, but when they aren't using it, they rent out their pool on Swimply.
When we first started out, we really were just trying to cover the $200 a month maintenance cost of having a pool guy come out.
In 2 years, they've hosted hundreds of guests renting out their pool for $65 an hour.
In the last 2 years, we've made a little around like $80,000. Which is cover the cost of the pool.
Swimply covers the insurance by taking a split of the rental fee, and this family just sits back and counts the cash.
It's been a great source of income.
Well, here is the driveway. It happens to be a very long driveway.
Across town, Christina Hauser has a driveway that can fit 4 cars, a much-needed asset close to the airport. So she rents out the parking spaces on an app called Neighbor. It allows you to rent out everything from garage spaces, driveways, closets, and parking, all for a fee.
Nowadays, you have to have several income streams. So it's so great. I'm like, I have the driveway anyway. Might as well have it make money for me.
And if you have extra vehicles, Turo is the app for you. You can let someone borrow a car for a fee. The app features more than 1,400 different types of vehicles in 7,500 cities.
For a lot of people, their vehicle is their most expensive asset. So to be able to flip that on its head and make money off of it is a game changer for so many households.
Turo takes a cut depending on how much insurance the host wants on their wheels. But the app lets the borrower pick from small cars, big cars, even electric vehicles.
It is also a way for travelers to make sure that their tourism dollars are going right back into those communities that they're traveling in.
And if you love laundry, StudShare lets you use your washer and dryer to do someone else's, earning you cash.
It's the only thing I could think of that would ever give us the freedom that we want.
Freedom to drive, splash, or just park your way into making money on things you already own.
You know what else will give you a whole lot of freedom there, buddy?
You bring it in.
Everybody, if everyone was given a living wage, and everybody didn't have to like hustle, everyone didn't have to hustle and have, like the woman in here said, like, oh, everybody needs to have multiple income streams these days to survive. That's the problem. We got to stop thinking like that, because that shouldn't be the way things should work. People should be able to survive having one full-time 40-hour-a-week job. If you are a couple and you both have 40-hour-a-week jobs, you should be able to rent an apartment, pay for all your food, insurance on a car, or a car payment, something small like that, and you should be able to have a little bit of money for savings still. The fact that we have gotten into this culture where like this hustle culture, and we've made it normal. We've normalized the fact that people have to hustle just to get to the bare minimum of survival is wrong. And it shouldn't be like this. Is it nice that people have these apps and can make a little extra money? Sure. But it should be on top of already meeting the minimum requirements for you to survive in life. So yeah, I totally flipped this story on its head. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, no problem. Everybody takes it a different way. Me, I'm looking around seeing what I can rent.
I had an idea about this a few years ago, like renting out, like a lawnmower or, power tools or things like that. And, you can totally do that now on everything, because it's not like,
But you open up the world to people. And if you've seen episode 4 of The Last of Us, you know how people are. People are the scariest thing.
People, they're unscrupulous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't really want to. I don't like any of this, because you're opening up just a giant door to debauchery. All it takes.
There's just a lot of liability there. That's the one thing that I don't really like. Sure, these companies might offer some insurance to you, but like you said, there are a lot of unscrupulous people out there. There are a lot of people that are going to, take advantage of these systems. And it all comes down to, we wouldn't need to do this if everyone was just paid a living wage. If everyone was paid a living wage, crime would go down, people would be happier, life expectancy would go up, people would have more time for education and doing hobbies and being nice to people. But we've gotten into a situation, like in the world, really, where income inequality is such a major issue that it's really screwing with life in general. People don't have time to better themselves.
Joe, we're supposed to de-enrage them while they're driving home from work, not. You've got to flip it. You got to make a left somewhere before we get out the door today. Make it all good.
Have I been doing this all wrong this whole time?
Just today, I think we're down a road with a ton of traffic, man. I got to get out of it.
Because I really thought it was my job to enrage people.
Quick, Joe, find the bright side.
I can't get off. I can't get off, man.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. I'm too cynical now. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just too cynical about life. Okay, get out there and use those apps. Make some extra money. If you have a pool, rent it to me. I would really like a pool.
There you go. Let's throw a rager at someone else's house.
Oh, no.
$65 an hour, man. Just you and me and like Linda and my sweetie. And we'll have like a summer party.
But that's not a rager. That's just a nice little.
A rager is all in how you think of it, my friend.
Because when you said rager, I just got the idea of those Airbnb parties that like get out of control with thousands of people. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that dude. But I do like a good party. I would really like to recreate the concert parties that we used to have at the Fiji House in Santa Barbara. Man, those were a lot of fun. They were like what was that movie with Will Ferrell? Old School. Remember the concert scene in Old School where they had Snoop Dogg play in the backyard?
Yeah, that's too much, man.
No, it's not too much. It's exactly what I want. Can I rent out somebody's house, pool, backyard area to throw a party like that?
I
Can I do that?
can. Sure, but the cops are coming. So, I mean, you're going to pay $65 an hour, but probably get 5 minutes of fun. It's up to you, brother.
That's an issue.
Unless Snoop is friends with the cops, then you never know. Depends on where you do it, maybe.
That'll be true. Yes, we'll do it in the Inglewood.
Hey, we'll have a fun summer regardless on whether or not we have to rent out a pool or not. We'll have some fun this summer. All right, join us tomorrow. We have a guest on the show. I think I know who it is, but I will surprise you with it, Joe. And we'll talk to a local. We'll talk to a local apartment manager in the Valley / music collector. How about that?
Well, you have gotten me intrigued. I will be surprised tomorrow.
All right, we'll be back then. This is the Barry Funkhauser Show.